Hello there. Big loss today. Caught in a short squeeze. So let's talk about it. I was looking at this one. It's a top percent gainer and looking at it's got a mid float, looking at the daily chart. When it was around here in the 12s, I saw a short into resistance. It doesn't have a lot of volume resistance, but short into resistance with a maximum height of like 1582. On Oracle, it was red. It was already starting its short delta past 1285. So it looked promising. And I decided I didn't sleep much today, but I don't think that influenced my decision because it looked like a solid play. It did have, in the news, positive phase one trials. Okay. But it's not a micro float, right? And it's a short into resistance, so it shouldn't be squeezing me so much, was my idea. So I'm getting in here. It's below the first candle of 1287. It cracked support in this candle. It seems promising. There's nothing but the floor after this. Lo and behold, turns around and now starts squeezing. So my risk was 1290, which is right here, basically the bottom of this candle. Kind of 1287 more so, but 1290. Why did I pick 1290? Let me see. I think it was like 1289 that I saw, so I made it 1290. Let me zoom in. Right here, 1289, so I made it 1290. So the bottom of the first candle was my risk. However, as I'm trying to type in, I have 1290 ready, but it's already in the 13s. So and then it halted. So I got in my first short squeeze halt. And I was feeling okay. I'm just playing with 100 shares. I obviously know the dangers of the game. And after the halt reopened, I was able to get out somewhere. I pressed 14, but it executed me at 1372, somewhere around here. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to re-short this, obviously because I want my money back. I have another day trade, right? So I had 2 day trades. And I'm like, this is a better entry, risking high of day. Now, on Oracle, this is projected to $14.99. And high of day is $14.68. So I was like, okay. I see it curling over. I'm like, this makes more sense for it to curl over. So I get in, re-entry, 13,541. Comes back down to around 1334. Immediate push back up. And right here where it breaks, I'm ready to exit. So I have my finger on the trigger for my 1470 exit, but it immediately goes to like 15 and drops to 1420. So I'm like, okay, we're still in the 14s. It's not like this where it's sitting on top of the new candle and you're fucked type of thing. I was like, okay, we're still it was just kind of a fake out breakout, that when I went to cover, it didn't execute me. So I still have a chance. I'm still playing around with it. And I'm like, okay, these are lower highs. This is actually breaking this support level. Okay. This hasn't broken my support. Okay. And then this candle, boom. So now we're in the 15s. So I ended up, my risk was 1470. I got out with slippage 14987. So overall, this was a like $300 something loss. I think it was a solid play. And I mean, I entered here close to a risk level. I could not predict a squeeze. And I gave it another shot, risking high of day. I like how I played it. The fact that it got squeezed, to me, that's manipulation, is how I feel. So these are unavoidable things. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this just goes, you know? So unfortunately, I did not get this one. And I feel okay. I wasn't nervous. And I feel okay because I basically have like 1K of cushion from last month to fuck up. So, my idea made sense to me. I was not like, hey guys, let me short a low float. Let me short something that has 100,000 shares and like massive volume. This is like, it rotated its float once. It's a short into resistance. It's not supposed to act this way. And there was a lot of meat on the bone going to potentially $8. So I gave it a shot. It didn't work. Maybe I should have walked away after the loss, but just as easily, it could have gone to the floor. So I'm done trading. And also, let's think about how I got out of day trades. I ran out of day trades last week, right? So there were like 3 or 4 days where it was like my hands were tied behind my back. I can't do anything. Okay. And then Monday I had a loss. And then today I'm having 2 losses. So if I'm doing the same thing that I've always been doing, then it's not me that's doing something weird. It's the market, or it's the stock, or it's whatever. Is this a biotech? Biotech. So there are things like engineered short squeezes that don't make sense. Because it's like all the shorts are here waiting for it to fall. Boom, let's reduce the float and just make a short squeeze. Okay, great. Now we're above high of day, high of day, not pre-market high, but high of day. Okay, now the shorts are going to come in. Let's squeeze them again. Okay, now they're going to want to risk off of pre-market high. Let's squeeze them again. So it's a game. To me, it's a game. There's a game on both sides. There's the market maker's game, and then there's the trader's game. So I played it how I thought I could play it, and it didn't work. So it is what it is. I feel neutral. I feel fine. I'm not crying. I'm not like, oh my God, Liz, you don't know how to trade. I'm just like, fuck, man, $300. I wish I could have made that instead of lost that. But this shit can be scary with size. Definitely scary. Because it's not supposed to happen, and then when it happens, you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck. So very interesting. I have nothing to say. AHPI ended up breaking out. This was a New York Stock Exchange stock, so I didn't touch it. I think this one is too. ZEV. Yeah, New York Stock Exchange. So I'm playing with whatever I've got on the menu. Robinhood is failing. This was the only potential thing for me. If I had another day trade, I'd fucking get in right now, risking high of day. But I don't. So that's all for now. Hopefully the rest of this month goes better than this week. But yeah, I'm trying to give myself sizable risk, right? Yeah, 100 shares, but I'm not doing just like 10 cents of risk. I'm doing a little bit more. Like, I'm here, I'm risking here. I'm in here, I'm risking here. I think how I played it is normal. I think it's not acting normal. Like this, it's like, come on, fall off the table, buddy. Where are you going? But these are engineered short squeezes, in my opinion. So that's all. I rest my case. Have a good night. Afternoon, morning. And I'll see you later. So I slept like 2 hours. Maybe that had something to do with it? No, I don't think so. Because I slept a little bit on the train. But all right, bye.